So Andrew, after a lifetime of us working and saving our money, the light at the end of the tunnel is really going to be retirement, right?
Right.
And now we all, of course, are looking forward to retirement because we're envisioning ourselves as relaxing, going to the beach, traveling, spending time with our kids, or grandkids at that time. And of course, when we get to retirement, we're all thinking about what type of steady income sources are we going to have to allow us to enjoy that vision that we have for ourselves right now. And that's when things can become very frustrating for a lot of people. But as we always note in our videos, we don't want you to be frustrated. We want you to be educated when it comes to these retirement matters. And so in today's short educational video, I'm going to give you the 5 major income sources that you're going to want to try to implement to help make sure that you can have that vision of retiring in a way that your income is not going to be a detriment, but a benefit to you as you get a chance to do all the things that you want for your vision. So stay locked in today. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And the reason we've created these educational videos is to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Absolutely, Andrea. And we do this by incorporating a team of strategic partners ranging from certified financial analysts, certified financial planners, estate attorneys, insurance advisors, and other needed professionals to help us build a comprehensive and holistic retirement roadmap that's going to let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For specialized strategies on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos.
So Andrew, sometimes, people really don't like to talk about, retirement planning or retirement in any fashion because, the lingo can be very, very confusing and complicated. Now, of course, you mentioned that it's enough to make your head spin in prior videos. And we understand that. It becomes complicated, which is why you want to hire a professional when it comes to these matters. But a lot of times, when we're talking about retirement, the ultimate goal is to make sure that you have a stream of income sources that's going to help you to fulfill all of your retirement needs and even most of your wants. Now, we know that multiple streams of income is a popular term in all facets of our society. As a matter of fact, we know that businesses like Amazon and Microsoft and Walmart, Berkshire Hathaway, and many, many others do not rely on one stream of income. So you as a retiree should also follow suit because those companies are very, very successful because of that fact. So in today's short educational video, what I thought I would share with you are the 5 major income sources that you're going to want to have for your retirement income needs. But before we get into that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we always like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and dive into our educational video today about the major income sources that you're going to want to have to make sure that your retirement is all that you want it to be. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about where will your retirement paycheck come from. When I'm talking about a retirement paycheck for my clients, I'm not talking about one stream of income. I'm really looking at multiple income streams that's going to provide the holistic income that my clients are going to need. And you're going to want to make sure that you follow these 5 income sources as well in order to make sure that you can have a really robust retirement. So the first income stream that we're going to usually talk about for my clients, if they're going to receive it, is Social Security. Social Security is nothing more than a government insurance program or retirement income program for retirees. Now, we've done multiple videos on Social Security in which I certainly encourage you to go and take a look at. But just as a brief overview, Social Security, of course, is going to be eligible for you if you've actually paid taxes into that system for at least 10 years. Now, once you paid into it for 10 years, you're in the club. You're going to be receiving some type of Social Security benefit. Now, how much is the question? Now, what Social Security does, of course, is they take the highest 35 earning years that you have. And, of course, if you do not have 35 years of earnings, they're going to calculate zeros in that highest 35 years. And so that can become a problem. as of 2021, the average Social Security recipient is going to receive $1,543 per month. That's almost a little over $18,000 a year. That is, basically poverty level income. So that's certainly not going to be the only income source that you're going to want to rely on when it comes to your retirement solvency and also being able to live a certain type of lifestyle in retirement. So the second thing that most of us look at is our own personal savings. Now, when it comes to personal savings outside of your retirement plans, you're going to be looking at trying to have things that's going to provide you maybe some sort of monthly guaranteed income. That's what retirees usually are saving for when it comes to their personal savings. They're not really looking for the high returns that maybe the stock market can bring, but they're looking for something that's going to be stable and guaranteed. And it's going to be things like CDs, annuities, maybe some high yield money market accounts. But the biggest problem that I see with that and how I try to coach my clients out of is that they're going to look at the inflation factor when it comes to these type of products. Nothing wrong with having them as a complement to your Social Security. Obviously, more income, the better. But you will have to make sure that you know how to combat inflation when it comes to these types of products. That leads me to my third source of income source that you're going to definitely want to make sure that you try to implement into your overall retirement portfolio. And that's going to be IRAs, things like a traditional IRA and Roth IRAs. Now, just a brief overview of IRAs. Now, a traditional IRA can have multiple benefits. Your money can grow tax deferred is one, but if you fit a certain criteria, your benefits that you're contributing to that IRA can be partially or even fully deductible as well. So it can provide a tax benefit for you. But there are some circumstances that will prevent you from doing that. And we have done videos on that, of course, as well. You will have to take RMDs from a traditional IRA at the age of 72 under the Secure Act. Now, it used to be 70 and a half, but now if you did not turn 70 and a half by 2020, January 1st of 2020, you now have the opportunity to wait to age 72 to actually take those required minimum distributions. Now, when you take money out of a traditional IRA, it will be taxed as ordinary income. And keep in mind, and we mentioned this many times on our educational videos, that if you do take money out of those plans before the age of 59 and a half, you may be subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty. So you have to be careful about that. Also, if you're funding a Roth IRA, which can be a very, very good idea, especially with the premise that taxes are going to be rising here, you're going to look at not having to pay any type of RMDs on those funds that you put into a Roth IRA, and you can grow that money, tax-free, and you can pull that money out penalty-free as well on the back end. So no taxation from a Roth IRA on the back end because you've already paid taxes on the front end. Now, you do have to follow the 5-year rule, and that you want to make sure that you're past the age of 59 and a half to make sure you're clear of any type of penalties that you may be assessed if you take that money early. So be cognizant of that for sure. Now, IRAs are not perfect. They do have their limitations. Now, when you're talking about funding an IRA, you can only put $6,000 a year if you're actually under the age of 50, and up to $7,000 a year if you're 50 and older. So that's not that probably won't be enough for those of you who are trying to save for a really good, strong retirement. So that's why we want to look at complementing all of our retirement sources to make sure they're heading for one retirement goal. Now, we did a video on traditional IRAs or Roth IRAs where we go into a lot more details about IRAs that I certainly encourage you to go take a look at and get educated about those type of retirement accounts. So the other source of income that we want to talk about that you may have available to you is a defined benefit plan, or better known as pensions. Now, we know your employer set these types of plans up, and you don't have to do any thinking. I mean, they set them up for you, and when you get to a certain retirement date that you're going to want to retire, all those contributions that have been made into that pension plan are going to be eligible for you to use as a lifetime income source. Now, it's going to be based on your salary and how long you've worked for that particular company, but you don't have to do anything. But the problem with pensions and trying to depend on a pension for a part of your income stream, is that they have dropped dramatically over the last 30 years. Many companies are not even offering any pensions anymore. So it's going to leave you with one less income source to actually rely on, which brings me to my last and final income source that you're going to definitely want to make sure you take advantage of, and that's a defined contribution plan. And that's going to be things like your 401k, 403b, 457 plans, things like that. These are plans in which you are responsible for actually contributing to and making sure that your retirement is going to be sufficient for you. Now, because pensions are going away, I encourage everyone to make sure that you try to get the most out of your IRAs and your defined contribution plans, because if you have one income source that's going to be depleted, we have to make sure we can make up from that income source with our other retirement plans like a 401k or 403b, 457 plans. Now, when you're talking about a defined contribution plan, they have made some really unique strides there, because not only can you traditionally contribute to that 401k now, they also give you a Roth option. And you can, of course, put significantly more money into your retirement plans offered by your employer versus what you can put into your IRAs. You can put up to $19,500 per year inside of those plans, and even more than that if you're older, 50 and older, up to $26,000. So you can really max out these types of retirement plans to make sure that you're heading in the right direction to give you the type of income streams that you're going to not only want but need for your retirement solvency. Now, I do want to end my educational video with one last note, that if you're not adequately positioned to secure these types of income sources, for your retirement, there are some bench warmers that you may have to go to, and that will be your home. Your home could have a significant amount of equity inside of it that you can certainly utilize if you're downsizing, or maybe even trying to do a reverse mortgage to make sure you can complement your retirement income. I mean, a lot of people are doing that nowadays. They're downsizing, or they may be looking at reverse mortgages in a different way because retirement is so expensive now, and they are now looking into one of their largest assets, like a home, to complement their retirement income. And also your part-time work. Many retirees are working a little bit longer in order to make sure that they can actually live a lifestyle that they're used to. Now, guys, I always say these are bench warmers because you don't want to have to rely on these additional sources in order to make sure that your retirement is sufficient for you. So make sure that you take complete caution about what income sources that you're able to contribute to, and make sure you stay within the limitations that you can actually fund, because if not, you can find yourself on the other side of your retirement wondering, should I have done more? And that, at that point, is really too late. I also want to encourage you that if you want to know more about retirement income planning, go take a look at our video that we created as well about retirement income planning that will go into more details about the accumulation phase and the decumulation phase. It is a very good video to make sure that you're able to stay on track when you're building your multiple streams of income for retirement. Also, if you do not have a fiduciary advisor that you're speaking with, we would love to speak with you. And when we do get an opportunity to speak, ask us how your next cup of Starbucks coffee can be on us. So I really hope that this educational video gave you some insight into some of the major retirement income sources that you may want to implement to make sure that your retirement is going to be fulfilled. Please remember that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own personal financial advisor or tax advisor about your own unique situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary advisor, we would encourage you to apply to become one of our high-value clients by simply clicking on the link provided in the description below. For more information on this subject matter or any topics that we've covered in our prior videos, feel free to leave any questions or comments in the section below.
To learn more about our services and how we can help you to increase your chances of not outliving your retirement savings, make sure to click on the link in the description below and sign up for our free Maximizing Your Retirement Income Masterclass. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.